I heard in the early times from some yogis that Shri Mataji had said Russia will rule the whole world in spiritual sphere and India will be Russian guru. Your views on this, please?
Well, India has been the source of inspiration.
Yeah.
We say the guru, it means it is the source of inspiration. Because as you know, the Kundalini is here, the Sestra, Himalaya is here, so all the Swayambhu is here. So it is the source of vibrations to the rest of the world. Now, Russia, being the Agya, is the master gland. And whatever Russia does and says affects the whole world. So it has a major role to play in the geopolitics of the world. And if it is governed by the chastity principle that comes from India, the Shri Ganesha principle of purity, of chastity, then it will uphold that principle for the rest of the world.
Okay.
So now, for instance, in the West, they have legalized gay marriages.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. And so, Russia has opposed it.
And Russia has opposed it.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't stop at that. Now in the West, a gay couple can adopt children.
Yeah.
So if a gay couple adopts a child, the child will think that this is a normal way of living.
Yeah.
So a whole social order will come up in a confused way,
Yeah.
not knowing what is right and wrong. And they will think that this gay is the natural way of living. So this whole society will get destroyed.
Yes.
So the West is destroying itself.
Yeah.
Nobody from outside has to destroy. They think that this is the right thing to do. You'll be surprised that now in schools they say that the children should decide for themselves whether they are a he or a she.
Yeah, very surprising.
They are erasing complete gender. They are trying to completely erase Shri Ganesha from their vocabulary. Whereas Russia is opposing all this.
Yeah.
Because they have pure intelligence to understand that the social foundation of the society is supported by the chastity, the innocence of Shri Ganesha. So this innocence principle of Shri Ganesha rises, as you know, at the Agya Chakra and becomes the Mahavishnu, becomes Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It is the same innocence that again crosses the Agya Chakra and comes to the Sestra and gives you the joy. If you don't have innocence, you cannot have joy. In Sage Yoga, you ask the question about meditation. So if you don't have innocence, how will you feel the joy? And if you don't feel the joy, you will not enjoy your meditation.
Yeah.
So you will change, you will switch, you will try something else.
Okay.
So the essence of our spiritual growth is innocence, is Shri Ganesha. So Russia and Australia have played a major role in the recognition of this principle. And through Russia, by upholding this principle, it will spread.
So, any memories of Srimati describing the importance of Russia
Yes.
and Russian in Sahaja Yoga and their role in spiritual development of the world?
Yes. So when this Russian, under Gorbachev, this perestroika movement was going on, she saw that eventually Russia will get broken up, the Soviet Union will get broken up into different parts. So she said that it's very important that we save as many people, give them by realization, so that when these countries break, they will be able to give vibrations to these newborn nations and help them to survive. Because everything was at that time under the blanket of Soviet Union. So a lot of these countries didn't have backbone. They were dependent on the Soviet Union. So when these countries separated, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, they didn't have a sound economy. So she wanted to give them the blessing through sage yogis who were there. So they would guide them, they would bring the Mahalakshmi Tattva inside of them. That's why a lot of Mahalakshmi pujas were held in Russia. She wanted to bless the Mahalakshmi Tattva of all the yogis. So when these new countries are born, they will have a strong Lakshmi Tattva to survive. That is why it was very important. Russia was that time the most important country in her agenda. And then with the Eastern Bloc movement, it infiltrates China. China is the largest country in the world. So the role of Russia was very it was like a door. The Agya was the door to the back Agya, to the Sastra.
Very important.
It was very important. And the second thing was that Russia was not corrupted by money. The
That
people
time.
were not corrupted.
That time.
Yeah.
Okay.
People were very collective. The message of Lenin was actually collectivity, but it was implemented in a harsh way. So what has happened to the other part of the world, we have seen the results. That with all the blessings, the Americans were lost in consumerism. So she didn't want that to happen again and spoil the Kundalini, the chakras of the Eastern Bloc. So if they held on to their value system of Sage Yoga, they won't get corrupted. And that is very true, that even after the breakaway, the yogis in all the Eastern Bloc countries, they are saved. They have not got lost into consumerism. Their Kundalini has saved them. Their value system, the Dharma, has sustained them. So that was the point.